trong sẽ giải tỏa ý trọng này chỉ cái tin trả thì trong buổi mở chùa chúa lên số tu thì là sẽ cho bé số mông sáu sự cú giờ Rachel bảo là sáu sự nhớ rồi nó của cho nên một sai cho ít ba bờ mông trường tất tỏ lon chế ít khỏi chờ là khởi mông cho căn cứ nhớ rồi luôn trong tuổi trên Madison, Hudson, Wisconsinจะรีสอร์ทmột cáiที่เราไม่ใช่จะไปชั่วโมงสองสิ่งนี้ดูกี่นอชิจิด้วยเปล่าผู้เป็นหินดูนุ่งติดกับชัวช่องอาเซียนกับเรายอดรุ่นตรงตัวเจ้า Madison เอาเซน Wisconsin ต่อมวยป้าเปิดมองตัวนี้จากฝืนถึงเชียชิตาจ่อก็มวยเขาเชิญเราเคยมองกันคือส่วนสิ่งนั้นกูจะนำมาใช้จ่อไปช่วยมองตัวมวยสิ่งนี้ดูกี่นอ
I think it's really important that we honor the legacy of your service to this great country. And I think working with Senator Petrowski, we're going to come together with something I think is going to be really important. Working with our museum director too, to honor the legacy.
I am looking forward to learning more about your experience. And more importantly, I'm looking forward to developing an exhibit that is on par with the quality of the exhibits that we already have, and learning more about your story and sharing that story with the 25,000 students that we get through this museum on an annual basis. Many of them, it's a little known story for many of them, and they need to hear it.
You know, this should have been done a long time ago, because I think it's important that we recognize the Hmong for their service during the Vietnam War. We recognize them for the sacrifices that they made, because I know all of you have lost loved ones in that whole struggle. Having the display, I think, serves a number of purposes. One, it acknowledges the sacrifices that the Hmong made, the soldiers, but it also allows future generations to know and understand the struggles that everybody went through.
So it's up to all the committee to come up with the day and the deadline that we can get it done, but we're going to do it soon. We don't wait for so long, okay? Or we're going to run to some other thing. We got to get this thing done. It's for everybody.
Senator Jerry Petrowski จะตุลาป้าจะป้าเปิดมุ้งนอนหลอนเชียร์เขาเชยอยู่หลักเขยมุ้งจะกังกือยันตัวลูกเซน Wisconsin ส่วนสิ่งที่กูจะนำมาใช้เจ้ากูต้องโดนในถามจิตสตรไอเดียเนื้อในฮัสซาลิจา What made this project come to alive, you know, now today as today?
I have a lot of friends in the Hmong community, and we have talked about this for years. I just want to make sure that this happens. I think it's long overdue that the Hmong community was recognized for their sacrifice and their service during the Vietnam War. And I believe this will be for the future, for future generations to come through and see and understand about the Vietnam War and understand the role that the Hmong played in supporting America.
How do you feel about this project?
Well, I feel good because there's a great group of people here that are working on it, that have ideas, and I think it's important that their ideas are portrayed in this display, not somebody, you know, trying to come up with things that they think the Hmong community would like. We want the Hmong to talk about it and decide amongst themselves what's important.
How long was the turnaround time that you would like to see this project to complete?
Well, it's going to take some time because we're going to have to get the items that we're going to display. We're going to have to get the oral history all set and determine exactly how it's going to fit in. And we have to make some choices about what is it going to be in the display. It's going to kind of depend on the group behind us on what they would like to see and how fast we can put that together.
Trong phía thằng xe nhất được lúc Wisconsin tông ba là hai tia, dùng mua khởi chân được nơi bỏ nọ, lò khởi mua cho căn cứ, xử lý mua cho cô tu trò, thiết kế ô trò nhất được cho lò chùa, trò thắt chân nọ.
There'll be people talking to whoever comes through. Probably a number of television sets. One, to tell the story of the Hmong involvement in Vietnam. You know, that whole recognition is what we're looking for. Here there could be pictures, backdrop, maybe statue, General Vang. I'd like you to come up with some ideas of what.
ต่อข้าถอดตัวมุกิชิตามิจิเตียเลยป้าเปิดมุ้งนาต่อจอยใจมือใช้ตุจิเซงกระเจ้าหัวลือเท่าต่อมุนจีตุจิเซงส่วนสินะกูจะนำมือใช้สักกี่นอ
Sure. All right.
Stand here.
Yep. Just standing. Okay, Paul was standing.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. Before he gets here, I'll just give you a little briefing on the governor's office. When the governors come into office, they have the option to go shopping at the Historical Society. So any kind of furnishings and paintings that they like at the Historical Society, they can furnish this office as well as their residence. The governor wanted this particular painting. This painting goes back to 1863. It's a painting of Old Abe. And it is, Old Abe was alive and well when that painting was done. It was done by a young man out of New York. He was 12 years old when he started painting on the streets of New York. He ended up painting portraits of presidents. The other particular painting or thing he wanted was this painting, this picture right here. That is a picture of the first Armed Forces Day, the first time that all 5 armed forces were together at one time. That was taken back in 1950. The paint in this room goes back to 1917 when they remodeled the Capitol back between 1988 and 2001. They gutted every one of the wings. This is the wing that they were the one they did last. This is the governor's office. This was the governor's, and this was the paint that they actually found underneath all the layers to be the color of the paint. This was gold leaf around the outside, and this is how they came out to come up with that color. The oldest piece of furniture in this office is behind me. It's 94 years old. It is the roll-top desk. It was original to the governor's office back in 1917. It wasn't always in his office, but they did locate it, redid it, and they also put it in his office here. The governor is the commander-in-chief of the National Guard, so he can actually go out and he can go and ride on the F-16s up there. So he went out for one day with the National Guard and he flew around the state for 3 hours. He can get pretty sick on there, so he gave him 4 barf bags. You
know how fast he did fly?
Yeah, he did 8.5 Gs.
Wow.
Now ask him how he felt when he got done. Yeah, ask him, because that was a lot of stuff going on. All of the things that you see here are things that he's received as a governor, or the governors, and speaking of the devil.
Good morning from Cheyenne.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Pleasure.
And it's Sancho from Wasa.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good morning.
Hi. Pleasure. I got something here. Good to see you too. Pleasure. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. All right. Glad to be here. Good to see you too. Pleasure.
The Lao Hmong and American Veteran Memorial that was built in your state to memorialize those people who fought and sacrificed their life for freedom. And we are grateful that Wisconsin has hosts the 3rd largest Hmong population in the U.S. So we have this to present to you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
We had a number of Lao Hmong veterans join us on Veterans Day this year because, of course, we had a special recognition of Vietnam veterans. And so, obviously, a strong connection with those Hmong Lao American veterans that have served right side by side with members of the United States Armed Forces in Vietnam, and have had a strong tradition since then. And
ตะก้าตัวป้าปะหูนอตัวหมูใช้ตุจิเซงกระเจ้าหัวลือที่ตัวหมูจีตุจิเซงเลย กูต้นรัตุจิสังสกาวอลเกอร์ชิตาจอเดียนูปมูลูได้ชีซาโดไปเจนมงยัดรู้สมุสคันสันเทียส่วนสิ่งนั้นกูจะมาใช้จอกิชิตานรัตุเน Any work for the Hmong community in Wisconsin?
Well, we're very thrilled to have a strong Hmong community. When I was county executive in Milwaukee County, there was a great community there. And of course, Sheboygan, Wausau, Eau Claire, La Crosse, all across the state, strong Hmong population. One of the things I liked best, even before I was governor, was connecting to veterans. Those veterans who served alongside with members of the United States Armed Forces in Vietnam, a strong tradition, and certainly appreciate that, as well as with Hmong business owners and entrepreneurs and others are going to help us grow the economy, and particularly for our young people, help create more jobs here.
All right. Good luck for you, and thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you. Right. อีจวนในสิ่งที่จะเทียบชมพูหมอชัวชนสุดตัวเขาเนี่ยขอปอตาลันเดย์อีป้าเปิดมงยัดดูลุสังวิสกันเซนจึงตัดต่อลันเทเขาเจอเราเคยกับมู่มงกันคือจอเจียยัดดูลุสังวิสกันเซนกูอยากวิจารณ์เลยว่านักการเมืองในชัวร์เล่นสุดตัวเป็นมาชินจีดัว